Hello everyone and welcome back. So today I'm actually going to do a little painting session, as you can tell. Well, this is something I've been working on yesterday. I was trying to paint the sky. I'm actually learning how to paint at this moment because it's the skill I always wanted to have. I would like to learn how to draw landscapes. If you will look there, this was my first try of making a leaf tree. So, okay, basically, I don't know if you follow me on Instagram, but I'm going to talk for a while at the beginning, okay? So, I would like to make the Bob Ross video. If you know him, you know that he paints landscapes and so on. I've always wanted to do that. I want to first try to learn how to draw realistically, and then I would like to go a little bit into fantasy themed paintings. So we will see how this will go. But at this moment I'm learning how to paint sky at the sunset, but as you can see, the transitions are not very smooth and they are very obvious, so I'm going to repaint it. I was trying to paint it yesterday and it didn't work out the way I wanted to, so I'm just going to repaint it. It was also more than 30 degrees and I use acrylic colors, and acrylic colors tend to dry really fast even in normal conditions. But when it's 30 degrees outside, it tends to be even more and more faster. Okay, so basically I'm just going to try to paint the sky today. I'm going to be mixing colors and so on, and I will just try to guide you through this video. Basically it is just me painting, doing what I like. Okay, so hopefully you will enjoy. So let's start. So first we are going to mix colors, okay? I found out that it's not good to use pre-mixed colors, that it's much better to use some basic colors and then adjust them to your need, because then the transitions are a little bit more real. You know, you just keep it really on the same spectrum. Yeah, okay. I'm sorry, I'm not really an artist. I just always loved painting and I would just like to get better in it. And in order to get good in what you do, you have to be really bad at the beginning. So this was my first try of painting the sky. So let's just try it another time, okay? Okay, so I'm going to take I'm actually using a palette which is made out of a plastic paper, somewhat like that, and it's good if your paint dries really quickly. Then it tends to leave the marks and it's not really easy to wash after, or it's pretty much impossible. So I bought this palette for me, and I hope it's palette in English. It's paleta in Czech, so hopefully yes. So I will use this and I will mix colors. Okay. So first off, I'm going to take a black color, I always wondered why paintings, even the small ones, are so expensive. But now that I have to buy the paint and the brushes and so on, I now know exactly why. And also the work that comes into painting, it's really a big deal. You know, and even if someone works really fast and has it like in their hands and they have it really quickly, it took them years to get there. So you still are like paying for the skills. Okay, so now I'm going to take phthalo blue, phthalo blue, and I'm going to take a lot of it. And now a titanium white. I have a lot of titanium white. Wow, that was loud. Yeah, and sorry that the floorboard. I'm sorry that the floorboard is actually creaking. If you can see the door in the behind, they're really old. I live in a really old apartment and many people actually consider it disgusting, but it's cheaper than most of the flats, so I'm just staying here for now. Okay. Well, so this was a little insight into my life. Okay, now I'm going to take, I wanted to buy a different red, but I couldn't find the exact color that I wanted that everyone uses for the sunsets and painting sky. This is Naftal Red Medium. Naftal Red Medium. So let's just put there red again and a little bit of orange. I have cadmium orange, like this, cadmium orange. Yeah, and I live in the city, so there are a lot of like traffic going on, cars passing by, trams passing by, so there's probably going to be quite a noise. There's nothing much I can really do about it. I will try to reduce it in the post-production, but we will see how that will work out. Okay. And actually, this is not like the speed for ASMR. This is really how slowly I work, and I think it's really concerning, you know. Okay, so I've got all the paints here. This is the black, this is the phthalo blue, this is the white, titanium white, there's red, there is orange, and a little bit of yellow, and a little bit of yellow. So, now what I'm going to do is put a pen in my hair and take this, and I'm going to be mixing colors. So I will want to do some basic combinations. So I found out on the internet that the upper part of the sky is usually a little bit darker, and then it goes into lighter blue. It should be more light than even this one, and then just a slight hint of yellow, maybe a little bit purple or pinkish, or even a little bit like orange salmon, something like that. Okay, so I'm just going to start with the darkest. Let's start with the lightest colors. So I'm going to use bit more of the yellow. Great. And I actually will use a gel retarder. I think it actually should help you with like that the colors do not dry that fast. So I'm just going to add a little and do every mixture, okay? So I'm going to first take this black, like this, then blue. Let's give it the hint of a little bit of red, and I'm going to mix it. It's going to have a little bit like purple-ish. It's going to have a little purple hint because of the red and blue, but not very much. It will probably be too dark for me. I think that I used the same color yesterday, and as you can see, it's really dark. So I'm just going to add a little bit of white here. Okay, and it should really make a lot of difference. Just a little hint of white is making a huge difference. It looks a little bit more to like even gray. So I'm just going to add a little blue. Again, a little bit of blue. Okay. Okay, let's end it here. If I will not like it, I will mix it a little bit different after. So I'm just going to clean the knife, and now we will mix. I just want to look at something. Okay, this will probably be better. Okay, now we will mix blue and white. And I will put there again a little bit of the retarder gel and a little bit of white, but not much yet. And I will add a little bit of this color as well. To make the transition look smoother. As you like it. Let's just swipe it here. Great. And now let's take the phthalo blue again and white. And use the lightest form possible. Just going to add a little more white. Okay. Okay. So we've got another blue. We've got another blue color, like this. Perfect. Now what we are going to do, we are going to mix the blue with a little bit of red, because we want to get a hint of purplish color, just a tiny bit. It's going to look even a little bit like pink. Okay, and I want it really to be just light and to just give the hint. Okay. Let's use a little bit more white right there. Okay. Okay. I think that looks good. Now let's do the same with the yellow. Let's do the same with the yellow. We're going to use this yellow and white with the retarded gal as well. I feel like I don't have enough space for mixing the colors, but let's just put there a lot of white. Just put there a lot of white and not that much of a yellow. Okay. And now last one, and that's going to be a little bit of orange, a little bit of yellow, and a lot of white. And a little bit of red as well. Okay. That's a little too much, so I'm just going to put it here on the edge. And white. And a lot of white. It looks a little bit like salmon, darker salmon color, like a wild salmon. Not the one that you buy in every store, but wildly caught. Okay. Okay, so we've got this palette of colors. I'm just going to put it right here. And we are going to start with the lighter colors. And yes, okay, I would just try to really blend it. I would just start really blend it. Guys, I'm so hot. It's been over 30 degrees for the past few weeks. And I'm not the type of person that would enjoy a hot weather. So, yeah. Okay, so I'm just first going to start with the lighter colors, definitely. So I'm going to take the lightest color, which is the yellow with white. I'm just going to put it right there. You can see that it's really light and gives the hint. The more color I use, the better it will blend. The only problem with the yellowish color is that if you mix it with blue, it turns into green. So that was my problem yesterday, and I'm not really sure how to figure it out yet. So I will see what it will do today. I just really want the transition to look smoother than those obvious lines that are here, okay? Than the obvious lines that are here. And I will use the salmonish color, and I will put there just a slight hint, okay, all over the place, and I will just mix it with the yellow as well. So the transition is not that obvious and prominent. You can see that it's already getting a little bit dry. Okay. You also want to use just really a slight amount to just really give it a hint. Okay, I've got their hair. I've got their hair. I think that on the camera you will probably not see the really details that I'm doing here. The transitions that should look smoother because of it. But it's already looking much better now. Okay, now I'm just going to use a little bit of the purple color, and I'm going to mix it here a little, just a little bit here. Okay. I learned that it's better to use crisscross movement. It means you are doing little excess with the brush. It is recommended as a technique. Okay, so now that we have this, I'm going to take the lightest blue, and I'm going to start to mix it here, okay? And I'm just going to try to blend it with the already almost dry. I think I'm working too slow, even though you can see that I'm really trying to work as fast as I can. My hand is already tired. Okay. I'm going to use a little bit of yellowish here again. Okay. Yellowish purple. Okay, now a little bit of the blue and a little bit of the blue. Again, just blend it into the other colors. This time even a little lower. Let's add some blue here. A little bit of yellow again. To make the transition here a little smoother. A little of orange. A little of orange right there. A little of orange right there as well. And a little bit of purple, just a hint again. Just a hint again. Okay, I think it's going much better than it went yesterday. More of the yellow because the blue started to be too dominant in this area. I'm going to take a different brush. Okay. More fresh one. I'm just going to, okay, there. A little bit, yeah. That looks better. Now, a little bit of purple here again to really set the transition from the yellow. Okay, I like that actually, I like that a lot. It's much better than it was yesterday. And as you can see, it's pretty much like pastel colors. There is the hint of the orange as well. Green. Now here. Okay, I like that. And now I'm going to clean the brush from all the colors. Okay. And clean this brush as well. And I'm going to be using this. There is too much water in the brush, so I'm just going to squeeze it how could you like clean the brush as Bob brush, but I'm in my own apartment and not in a studio, so I don't really want to. So I don't really want it to like my walls to get dirty, you know. So yeah. So I'm just going to use crisscross again. The crisscross movements. Now the darker blue. A little bit of the darker blue. A little bit, just a slight hint. A little bit of the darker blue again. And I think this blue is actually dark enough that I might not even use the darker one. Because the darker one is like really a little too much on me. As you can see, even the ground in this flat is not stable, so my standard is actually moving. Okay, now let's put there a little bit of the lighter color. Okay. And let's do it like this. A little darker right there. A little darker right there. A little darker right there. Now let's add a little bit of the light blue to make the transition again. Now the darker one again, right there. Okay, and now lastly I'm going to put really some of the extra dark blue, and I'm just going to put on the absolute top just to give a hint of it. Okay. Like the least amount possible right there. And let's just, yes. Just have to work really fast before it dries. Okay. I'm just going to put a little highlight here and there. blend. Okay, so in comparison of what it looked like before, I think it looks really good. I still do not really like the transition from the yellow to the blue, so I'm just going to put there a little bit of yellow right there, a little bit of yellow right there, and yeah. And a little bit of the salmon color, the salmon. And a little bit more blue right there. And a little bit more blue right there. And a little bit more. I just have to wet the. Okay, and a little bit of purple. And a little bit of purple. Right, purple. Okay. Right there. Just going to. Okay, and I think it actually looks perfect. I don't know how about you. I'm just going to turn it like this. I'm going to adjust the lighting. Naturally. Okay, I think it's better to see it like that, isn't it? Okay, great. So this is how it looks. I think that the transitions look really nice and smooth. And now I'm just going to practice some other things like rocks and trees, and yeah, the tree that is right there. And this will be pretty much it. So hopefully you enjoyed this little session. There were not many triggers, such as like it was really fast and aggressive because I really have to paint really fast with those colors, but hopefully you enjoyed, and see you another time. Yeah, and I actually share a lot of like things about my life on Instagram, on stories. I'm not really much active anywhere else, so if you really want to see like my progress in painting, or if you want to buy some of my paintings that you even see here on the wall, then you definitely can. I actually plan to do like a merch on it, and I'm working on a website, not a website, but website. Yeah, so you can definitely check it out. And that's pretty much it. have a wonderful day, and bye. Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. You may have seen my previous video. So today I'm going to do another Bob Ross style. It's not going to be exactly Bob Ross because like he makes painting in one session. I'm not able to do that, and I'm not willing to do that because I know that I can make better paintings than the ones I am able to do like in one session. So I just really want to do those first layers that will like help me to figure out what it will look like, the painting. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to, since this is oil, I cannot use the white acrylics on it again because like it would not stick. So I'm just going to use my oil paintings and try to work another layer on top of this one, and hopefully we'll also get to make some mountains, but I cannot really promise that. So I've been watching a lot of tutorials actually. I'm going to mix my colors in the meantime, okay? So I've been watching a lot of tutorials, and yes, and they advise you to actually do not do the sunset as I did with the clouds, because it can get really tricky when you're mixing the yellow and the blue together. It just creates green, obviously. I'm sure you already know that. So I really didn't want to go into that again, so I just decided, or I got an advice on the internet from Chuck Black Art, that it's way better to do just one part that is blue and then the other part that there is like, for example, one huge cloud or a little bit more clouds, and of course there is supposed to be some kind of light source as well. You really have to get the perspective before you start like painting, which I did not do entirely on my last painting, which looks like, okay, let me just grab this. Okay, so this is like my first time ever trying to paint landscape and really do the upper part, the clouds, the mountains, and the water as well. Like the downer layer of the water, it's just the first layer which I'm going to work on again. I just have to dry out a little bit. Okay, so today I would like to work on this one and have already some perspective prepared. If you can see, I already draw, or not draw, yeah, it's drawing, yeah. So I drew some shapes of mountains that I really wanted to be there. Obviously I covered it with the paint, so I don't really remember what it looks like. So let's just start with mixing the colors. I'm going to prepare, I have that blue and I have that white. Obviously we want to go from darker blues, like always at the top we want the color to be a little bit darker. So I just want to have there a little bit darker blue, and then it's going to go to a lighter one, okay? So I'm just going to create some of the colors now. I'm just going to mix them. So I will take a little bit more of the blue because I obviously have a little too little, or not enough. Okay, and I'm just going to take the blue, oh goddamn, and I'm just going to, yes, mix it. I'm just going to mix it with the white. We really want to do some of the different shades. So I want to do a transition that will look even lighter than this one. So I'm going to take this particular color and add some more white to it. I'm just going to create even paler or lighter blue. It's always good to combine the colors you already used, because then they blend really well and there is not that obvious transition between them. But I'm honestly a complete amateur. This is actually what I learned from all the videos that I have been watching on how to paint, so you do not take me completely seriously, okay? You do not take me completely seriously. Okay, so I'm going to take another blue here and I'm going to put there a little bit of just going to take white and black and create gray. Create a gray color. Then going to be mixing with the blue. So I do not have all the oil colors that I would probably need or that are appropriate for landscapes. I honestly went to an art shop and I just bought the ones that I liked, and I thought that it could be the easiest to mix together, the most basic ones, because I had to buy acrylics all the time. That's not the case with the oil paintings. They really last for a longer time because you do not have to use that much of them. Okay, so I have the gray and I'm going to mix it with the blue to create a darker shade of the blue that is going to be at the absolute top. It's really good to do an underpaint, but I'm not really good at it, so I'll see if I do it or not. Okay, so what we have here is few blues. Okay, I'm going to put that bit more black into this one. Okay, to make it, you shouldn't be using much black because then it makes your paint a little muddy, at least they say. So I'm trying not to, but sometimes it's really necessary. Okay, it's probably too dark. I don't like the color at all, but this one looks really good, so I'm probably going to stick with this one. Okay, so I have the blue just now, and I'm going to take my brush, which is in the bathroom where I actually cleaned the, oh no, I already brought it here, so perfect. and just grab my things and let's apply. I wonder if I should take a big brush or, oh no, I'm not going to use the big brush. I'm going to use a smaller one. So I'm going to take the darker blue and I'm just going to apply right here, maybe even darker one. Okay, so I'm going to use the darker one at first. I'm going to use a medium that is going to help me. It's safflower oil. It should help me to spread the oil colors a little bit more easier. Just wanna dip the brush a little bit. I just want to, okay, the clouds are going to go in which direction? Okay, it's going to go in this direction. So I'm just going to I do not record many of my painting sessions because I just really sometimes do not want to work, you know, and recording it and talking to you through all the points is kind of my job. So I'm really trying to avoid it. Okay, you can see that I used a little too much of the oil and now it does not really want to stick. Just going to take the darker one and I don't really care about the blending at this point. I really want to get just those basic color there. So I want to have the darkest color right here, here as well. Like this. Now we will fill there the lighter blue and it's going to go, okay, about here. Okay, let's do it like that. I'm going to write there. I'm going to draw it. Okay, let's do it like this. So there's going to be the darker blue. There is going to be the lighter blue. There. Okay. So there's going to be the lighter blue. I'm going to take the safflower oil again and it will help me spread the color again. So I read that safflower oil actually helps you to not to get those yellow undertones when the paint dries. So now we are going to use this normal blue, just maybe a little too dark. So I'm just going to mix these two together. It almost seems like all the blues are maybe the same, but they are definitely not. They are definitely not. And the lower we get. The brighter. Will the blue get, because we are going a little bit more near to the light source. So there is going to be the absolute light blue. It could be actually even, lighter. So I'm just going to grab this like that, put a bit more white into it to really nail the light blue color that I want to get. Okay. Okay, yes, that's exactly what I wanted. A bit of the sunflower oil. That's great. Perfect. Now even lighter one. With this. Let's just, yes, use some of the, and okay, that's good. That's good. Now here, some of the darker. Blue, and now the lighter one, right there again. Okay, that's perfect. And there is going to be a cloud. It's going to be about, I guess, like this. So I'm just going to use my maybe I should go even lower. Okay, like this. So there's going to be the cloud. And so I'm really going to use the light blue right there. Use a bit of the sunflower oil again. And just you see, Bob actually used the big brushes, which really allowed him to do the work a bit more faster. Definitely like faster than to me. However, I really like that you can really create the realistic transitions here. You can see it between the colors before you blend it like this. Okay, so it's going to be just like this, just like this. Perfect. Now let's use a little bit of the lighter blue and a little bit of the darker dark one right there. Okay. Perfect. So now that I actually have this, I'm going to try to blend all the colors kind of together. I'm going to try to blend the colors all together so that it looks a little bit more realistic. I maybe should have started from the light ones. So I'm going to start with the light ones now. Hopefully, yes, good. So I'm just going to be mixing those colors together really carefully, really carefully. To maintain the transitions. Okay. So it's messing up the lighter colors now, so I have to just use the towel paper. Now just mix those light. I still kind of want everything to go in this direction, so I'm just going to do it like this. Perfect. We use a bit more of the white and blue down here. Okay. It doesn't matter if I will overpaint it after with the mountains. I just really want to have the option to go lower with the painting, to just allow the sky to be more prominent in this particular video. So again, I'm just going to go a bit like this way. If you use too much of the sunflower oil, one thing will happen, and that is that the layer of the oil paint will actually get a little too thin and it's not thick enough, and then the underlayer, like this, like starts to peek through the color, which is what is happening to me right here. I used too much of the oil. In the beginning. Transition is seems to me like it's a little too dark right here. So I'm just going to brighten it up with this. Just going to get a little bit more done. So like this, I always have to step away for a second and just look from the distance if it looks good. It's even good if I just look through the camera of my phone if it looks good. Because when you're staying too close to your painting, it never seems perfect because you see all the details, but you do not see the whole picture. The whole picture. So sometimes you just get too focused on those details. Just going to do it like this. Okay. Just going to do it like this. If there is any professional artist, painter, please do not judge me too harsh. I'm actually just really having the passion, and I'm not trying to look like an absolute professional. No, this is just my hobby. This is my, I don't know the number of painting, but there is not many that I'm painted before. So I'm just really trying to do my best and enjoy the process. And if there are mistakes, like there definitely are, I know that there are, you can like point them out in the comments, but please be constructive and don't be mean. Thank you. Okay, I actually kind of like that. Doesn't matter. So I'm just now going to proceed to this part where I basically will do the clouds. I will have to mix some colors. I want it to be a little like dust and gray. So I'm going to take orange, yellow, and maybe brown, and also the mix of the gray. So I'm going to take my colors again, and I'll rip this sheet. I'll rip this sheet for later, because you can actually use the colors again. So when I'm doing the other layer after, I don't know, 1 or 2 days, I will be able to use these. So I'm just going to put it aside, and yeah, let's work on it. Let's take white. Okay, perfect. Let's take cadmium yellow medium. I heard that Indian yellow is better for like landscapes, but again, I have just a few colors here, and that's it. And actually the art shops are closed on the weekends, and today is, well, what is for today? Saturday. It's Saturday. Okay, let's just use the where is it? find it. Yeah, black. Let's put there some black, just a little bit. There's no need to have a lot of it. I'm also going to put there the burnt sienna color, which is basically brown. And yeah, I think that's it. I'm just going to use more of the white. Perfect. I'll clean the, wow, I don't know how you call this in English. I don't even know how to call it in Czech. I used to know it, but now I'm just not sure. We call it, I think, Spachtle. Spachtle. Or Spachtlička if you want to have like the version that is more cuter. I don't know. Yep. So I'm just going to take this and we'll mix some really light shades that are going to be here. And it's going to be from yellow, orange and white. And I'm just going to mix it. There'll probably have to be a lot of white. So you can see it's pretty dark. So I'm just going to add some white to it. Again. And again. And again. The colors do not want to get any lighter. The mixing of the colors is unfortunately a long process, so I'm sorry it's taking so long, but okay, even more white. I'll probably never get to the shade of yellow that I want, but I'm just going to use white instead and then just mix it. So I'm just going to put this for example here, and I'm going to take my brush. I'm going to take this pointy one because I like to use it a lot. I'm going to take the yellow, and what I'm going to do here is that there is going to be a little bit of blue as well, a bit of a dark one that just goes through the clouds. I'm just going to mark it right here. So here's going to be blue. Okay. Yeah. The sunflower oil again. Boom. Perfect. And let's just put the bit of the yellow color here. I just want to do the outlining here. Where the transition is going to be. Okay, perfect. Perfect. Now right behind it, there's going to be a little bit more of a orange and a little bit more prominent part. And it's going to be somewhere about here. I actually want it to be a little bit more orange. Yes, like this. Oh my god, that's one gigantic cloud. It's probably a little too big. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? I'll have to make it smaller. So the cloud's going to be here. The cloud's going to be here. Okay. And I'm just going to take like the darker color of the cloud. And let me just take this again, clean it, and just take a bit of black, use some white, a lot of white if needed. Okay, like this. Just mix it together. But there's some orange as well to really put the undertone here. A bit more of the orange. Yes, that's exactly what I wanted. Okay, that's perfect. And now just great. Now just use the grey color. It's pretty thick. Okay, so I'm just going to, I don't like really the color of it, but let's just put there a bit more of the orange. And even more. A little bit more again. Okay, now that's better. I want it to be okay. Okay, let's use it like that. Sunflower oil. Okay, we are starting from the dark shades. Yes. I really wanted to go everything this way again. I'll make some parts a little lighter. Use the sunflower oil again. And a bit more darker parts again. I actually always have been watching fantasy, and especially probably reading more than watching, because I'm not going to lie to you guys, TV, movie or movies, fantasy movies usually really suck, especially when they are like made as an adaptation from a book. They usually like miss out or omit so many things. Okay, that's good. I like that. I really like that. Let's push the brighter color to the front. So I've always been kind of into the fantasy landscapes, and I really like when the paintings are just a bit too much, when they are like very colorful and they are very epic. Actually even listen to epic music, fantasy kind of music, so this is something I've always admired. And I actually watched people to like paint or draw like electronically, probably, I don't know how to say, like on a computer, and I just loved it. And I spent hours and hours watching it, and I was always like, oh, I would never be able to do that. And here I am, standing a few years later, a lot of years later, and I'm trying to create the paintings myself. So I'm actually kind of proud of me really taking the effort to at least try it. So yeah. I really want to set beforehand where the light and dark areas are. I'm just going to use the sunflower oil right there. Just spread it here. Okay. A bit more darker color. At this point, I'm not even sure what I'm doing, so just bear with me. I'm really trying to go for the hyper realistic look. Okay, that's what I wasn't supposed to do, but it doesn't matter. I'm really trying to go for the hyper realistic look because that's what I like. I like hyper realistic paintings where you really look at it and you could almost believe that if you're going looking from a distance, that it is real, that it's not just a painting. Let's put their shape. the orange again and a lot of black, and let's just really set where the dark parts are going to be. Some dark part right here. And right there, and then about somewhere here it's going to be darker as well. It's going to be darker, and it's going to pretty much go here, and then the cloud here is going to go like that. Okay. Right here. Yep. So it transitions nicely. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let's do it like this. Side is going to be like this part is going to be okay, like that. I don't know. Not very satisfied with that, but that's just how it will have to look for this moment. This is how it will have to look for this moment. I'm going to use this. And I'm going to look at it from the distance. And I just want to add here a bit more of the blue, because there will have to be some as well. And now just take a bit of the orange, and I'm just going to put there some shades. So there's going to be shade, there's going to be shade as well. Okay. Then another one will be right there. I'll just create like a border of where the lights are going to get in, and the clouds. Yes, so it's going to be like that, and then the color will just go from here like can you see. I actually never thought that I would like one day could call myself an artistic person, because I was never like I was never like led to this direction. My parents are not artistic. Well, like my father plays a guitar, but that's a whole different story from painting. So it's kind of interesting to see that you can actually completely do different things than your family does. Yeah. Okay. And then we'll just use like darker variations that will just connect to this. Yes, like this. I will not be able to share the whole like progress, the whole painting with you, because I paint at home and I'm not here alone, and I'm actually in a one-bedroom apartment, and I live with my boyfriend who like is on home office. He basically has 2 companies and is an IT programmer, so yeah, we are a lot of the time we are actually together. Yes, I just have to create a little border. There will be blue, and this area will be blue. Okay, so it's going to be like this, the underpaint. I'm just going to take, I guess a fan brush will do. I don't know why, and if there is any artist, just feel free to tell me, but my fan brushes just do like stick together, like the bristles just stick together, and I don't know why, and it then like doesn't create the effect that I want. So I'm just going to be like just gently brushing. Could also help me to create natural shadows. In the cloud. I'm just going to take another one as well. Just going to that's not good. I don't like that. So what about this one? Let's try this one. I'm going to just take the water out of it. Perfect. Let's just and I'll try to like blend it. More like try to blend the yellow blend the yellow with the orange, not with the blue, because otherwise it would create the green. And I don't want to deal with that. Just want to make the edges softer of the cloud at this moment, but then even normal clouds have like sharp and prominent edges that you can see. It's not always just that let's call it smudgy, but at this point with the first underpaint, I really want to use it like that. I'm just going to go light into the dark part. Okay. And now I'm going to use I'm going to use the blue here. Just going to put there the blue. Just a hint this time. So like that basically. Just going to use towel and just take away some of the blue right here. Okay. Perfect. Wow. Okay. And let's look from a distance. Ugh, that looks disgusting. I don't like it at all. Yeah, but it's just the underpaint, so I'll just probably have to wait. I just don't like the shape of the cloud. I think it should go like down as well, like this. Okay. Okay. Like this. Make the edges a little bit Just really find the contrast somewhere here. Okay. There as well. And right here. Okay, and I cannot go into the painting even more because I really need the paint to just settle and dry, and then I will be able to finally continue with it. So I'm just going to like brush this off. There's like too much of the paint right there. I actually do this very often. It's also good sometimes to just go through the painting and just find natural shadows and highlights that you will create when using the towel paper. Could even use like brush for that, but I really want to get rid of the excessive color. Just going to smooth it out. Just going to smooth it out. It's worse with each move I make, so I'm just going to stop now and let it dry. It doesn't look good, I'm aware. It's in the final, it's in the first stage, so yeah, I will try to post some pictures of the progress. If it's going to work fine, maybe it will change completely, but we will see. Okay, so thank you for hanging out with me, and I wish you a wonderful day and night. Bye. Hello everyone. So what I'm going to do today is that I'm going to be painting, and today I'm going to teach myself or learn how to make clouds that are kind of realistic. So I prepared this layer because it is recommended for the depth of colors. So I used burnt sienna as the underlayer, and now I'm going to do a layer on top of it, which is going to basically, I don't know if the word is insinuate, okay, but it's just going to like give me the idea of where the clouds are going to be. Give there some like not highlights but like shadow parts, like the parts that are just like darker, and then I'm going to make lighter parts on top of it basically. So I prepared a palette of colors here. I'm just going to show you. I don't know if you can see it properly, but this is what it looks like. It's not going to be blue at all. It's just going to be like kind of red, pink, or more like pink, yellow, orange, and kind of purple. So yeah. Okay, so I'm just going to start with quite frankly, it has been more than half a year since the last time I painted, so I might suck a big time. So I'm going to pour a bit of the safflower oil, put it aside, close it as well, and now we will just start with basically using, I have a reference photo or a reference painting that I will like try to recreate basically, but I have absolutely different colors because I just don't know how to mix them like properly, so I would just like do my own version of it. So I'm just going to grab a brush. I would use a little bit larger brush than I would like to, but okay, let's try it. I'm just going to dip it in the safflower oil. Now take this color that is going to go to the jewel. Okay, so I can't use that much of an oil. Okay, I already can see that I mixed too little of the paint, because it obviously does not cover the underpaint. But let's just try to spray it as much as possible. We'll just paint the sky the best we can. I don't know how you call when the sky is a little bit red. In Czech, we call it červanky, which comes from the word červená, which is basically red, which is funny because you can very rarely see You can very rarely see red on the sky, right? Just going to spread it as much as possible. I kind of feel like because of the like burnt sienna undertone, the top layer looks a little bit more warm, which is actually exactly what I wanted. There are just some chunks. There are just some chunks. Or the bristles from the brush just attach to the canvas, so then you kind of like have to brush it away or pick it with your fingernails. Okay, I actually really like the color that I mixed. I will have to mix a bit more because obviously it does not cover the whole canvas. I already ran out of it, so I'll just do it like this. As well, but just a small amount of white, because if you use too much white it will just like the color will just like disappear almost instantly. It just becomes like kind of like very pale and not rich, so it's better to just go easy with white. I'm not using any black. I was actually trying to create all the colors. With just the like basic colors, which is basically blue, white, yellow and red. Okay, I like that. Now let's go a little bit paler here in the middle. I mixed this color. You can see it's a lot. You can see it's a lot lighter. So this is basically going to be the center where there will be no clouds at all, or maybe just a slight hint of it. I'm going to use a little bit richer color right there. Dim. Sometimes I just like how the colors looks without it even having to like do the details, just like enjoying what the colors looks like how they mix, etc., etc. Okay, now let's go. Let's go for this one, this side. On this side I will use this bright, this pretty much bright pink. It's very rich. Funnily enough, when you are actually mixing the colors, it looks a lot different from when it is like on the canvas. But I'm actually kind of glad for that, because I was thinking that the colors that I mixed look just a little too pale, so I'm really glad it does not. Okay. Let's just use this right there. I'm actually listening to music while painting. I actually listen to music like most of the time when I'm doing something. I know that I shouldn't because of the dopamine, of course. But to be frank, I don't care. It's actually making me more focused on the work, and it has always been that way. Okay, let's continue with this. I'm going to use a bit more thicker coat of the color. Perfect. Love that. Now I'm going to use yellowish right here. Like that. Yeah. So here we go. Perfect. I want the color to go gradually lighter and lighter in the bottom. Just take but with a hint of the yellow. Actually, watching clouds and the sky and the colors that it can create is kind of my passion. Just love to watch the landscapes. From the crossroad, there's like in my town where I currently live, there is like the best view ever. One of the most beautiful views, or it's basically my favorite one. So I just went there and I was watching what it looks like from the crossroad, the fields, the hills, the trees, the leaves, and also petals that are on the trees when it's spring. And I just watched it, and my father was actually like driving like past me. Basically, we do not live in the same city, but he was driving past me and he saw me standing on the crossroad, and he was like, "What are you doing there?" And I was like, I'm just watching." He's like, "Okay." But my parents always like considered me kind of a weirdo, so, but like in a good way, for sure. It's not like, but they always told me that I was kind of weird, but I don't really mind. I never really minded. Okay. How do you like it so far? I don't know if you can see the colors properly because of the light, but I do really like it a lot. Now I'm going to use okay, so it's going to need to be darker. It will be this one. Yes, perfect. My God, I love this violet. I actually don't really need paintings to look realistic, because why would you want something that looks completely realistic? Paintings should look better than reality. Otherwise, we can take photos. I'll just have to use perfect. I always liked to just have art classes. I never really was like, I would say that I was like better than mediocre, but I wasn't like at the top of the class, you know, that like I would have like special artistic skills. That definitely was not the case, but I was really good when we were doing like detailed paintings, basically. However, we were only allowed at certain times to work on our paintings, so I usually never finished it the way I wanted to. Okay. There is going to be a cloud that is going to be just kind of dark. There's going to be a cloud that is going to be just kind of dark. I will need a brush, a special brush for that. But most of my brushes are just that because I don't take care of them properly, unfortunately. I'm not very good at keeping things clean and tidy, and I've never been. So now we will do just, okay, let me just blend this out. We just here and there put a few. Okay, now here. Great. Now just kind of blend it away. Blend, 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 blend. Blend, 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 blend. I will just blend it into the canvas. Just leaving a little spots here and there. Well, that just looks nice, doesn't it? I just have to do it also here. Okay, now let's take the pink right here and blend it into the violet a little bit. Perfect. And now a little bit of the violet into the pink. I don't have any special course that would teach me how to paint. I just watched Bob Ross one day and I just decided to try it because it always has been something that I wanted to do. I always loved just watching how the painting comes to life and how beautiful it can be. I always was like looking at those deviant art pictures, fantasy pictures. Okay, that just looks so beautiful. Really like how the pink blends with the violet. I kind of have been scared to use those colors in my previous paintings, because it's not very realistic. When we see sky, we mostly see what? We mostly see blue, right? Yes, we do. So I was like, oh, I can't use that. It would ruin the authenticity of the picture, but the truth is, it just takes you to a completely different place when you look at the sky in a different colors than it usually is. It just kind of looks supernatural. Yes. I wanted to do a darker layer in the beginning, but I just can't quite seem to get the clouds right. Okay, so I'm going to do a cloud right here, and I will take this color for it. It might be maybe this one. I think this one will be better. So I'm going to make a cloud here. It's going to go from here. I don't like the color. In the end, it's too I wanted the cloud to be a bit more violet, to be a bit more blue than just this. I'm going to give it okay. No, it's going to be like that. Yes. Okay, just trying to make those edges of the cloud that are a little bit unclear. Okay, I like that. Bit more blue, a bit more blue. I'm just going to take a sponge like this one. I'm just going to kind of blend it. Okay, so the borders of the clouds should be a little bit smudgy so that it looks realistic, because no cloud has absolutely defined lines. So let's just like kind of smudge it away. Perfect. Yes, 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 yes. This is going to be the kind of like storm cloud. It's going to be the storm cloud. Okay. And if we just do the edges like this, a little bit lighter, it will make the cloud. Oh damn. We'll just make the cloud look you kind of see what it does. It kind of makes it look, maybe it's too bright though. I'm probably going to use that. Yes, that's much better. Yes. Now you can do whatever you want. You can create a line of the cloud right here. Yes. Okay. And there you can see that you can have all you want, but it might still not look that good. However, oftentimes it helps when you just step back from the painting and it might start look good and it might not. Okay, so I'm just going to be I'll just use my finger to blend to line up the cloud. And even here. I'll just use my finger and just make the edges a little bit less rough. Okay, I like it better when I blend it with my finger. It just looks more realistic. Okay, I love that. I love that actually. It looks so freaking cool. Okay, that's just perfect. It's much better when you just blend it with the finger. What the heck? What the heck? I just can't with how good it actually is. I never thought it would look so good. I know that you can't see the detail, but damn, it looks really good. Okay, so I've got this. Now I just need okay, let's take a bit more of the darker color and just really blend it in a little bit more. The darker color. Yes. I will just trust the process. Okay. Okay, let's make it a little bit more cloudy. Let's make it a little bit more cloudy. Those circular motions, they just make the cloud a cloud. Okay. There is a bristle from the brush. Just need to get rid of it. kind of creates just blending the colors together. It kind of creates the natural shadows and highlights in the cloud, and I love that. Okay people, so this is going to be the end of the first session. I will probably work on the painting outside of this filming, but I really do hope that you enjoyed this video, and hopefully I will see you also at the next one. I will probably work behind the scenes on this painting because I still want to paint, but I kind of don't have the battery of my devices. So, like it's kind of like running out. Yeah, so hopefully you enjoy this and see you another time. Bye.
the ending. Just have to fix this. Shape and all the colours. I think I need a bit more white though in the middle, so I'm just going to use my J. Put the white side, a bit more J on it. I thought we have to turn it this way, it's a bit easy for me to turn.